JoesHeartBeats, and I wanted to give you some tips and techniques today on how to chop samples and lay some keys over top of that. I was going to take you through my process. Certainly by no means is the right way or the only way, but hopefully you find some of these things helpful for your production as you're sitting home with a lot of time on your hands like the rest of us here. So let's get into it. So one of the first things that you want to do is picking out the right song and going through your catalog of music. For me, I'm fortunate because I also DJ. I have some DJ equipment that I like to use. I also use a record player, which is something that many people also use. But either way, like I said, there's no right or wrong reason. But one of the things that I like to do is just go through some music that I download, and you can look for anything, whatever types of songs you want, rock, soul, jazz, whatever that may be. One of the things that I'll do is I'll look for a song that just gives me a certain vibe or has a certain feel, or maybe there's certain sounds that stand out. And while that's playing, I have pads on my DJ equipment here that I can start chopping up right away. So if I hear a certain sound, for example, like right there, I heard that sound, I'll take that. I'll also speed the tempo up to give it a little faster sound. So now I have that pad already on my DJ equipment before I even sample it in to my MPC. I'll go through the rest of the song and just get as many sounds as I can. And really, I'm typically looking for something on the downbeat or something on a snare that I know I can chop clean and get a good sound from. So once I have my sounds, I'm ready to start playing around with the MPC. So now I'm going to sample it in, make sure that the volume is at a good level. Hit record. Got my first chop. Next, I'm going to slice up the sound by hitting Shift, Trim. That's going to take me to this right here. At the Start tab, I'm going to start turning my knob. As you get closer, to make sure it's exactly the way that you want it, you want to hit the Open Window button, which is going to take you here. So you can make sure you're getting the perfect, precise chop on that first sound or on that first downbeat, so that it's nice and clean and on beat. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is make sure that your sounds are cutting each other off and there's no overlap. So you hear from here to here, there's overlap, and that is no good. So what we want to do is go to our sounds. Let's say I take this sound here. I'm going to hit the Params tab here. Go over to where it says overlap. Now from here, I typically have mine on mono. That means when you press it, it's only going to play once. So I'm going to open the window where it says mono. Hit Open Window. Okay. Now you're going to see this. So this is the sound, and I want that sound to cut off another sound or two. So now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to press the pad that I want that sound to cut off, which is this, sound 1. I want sound 2 to cut off sound 1. All right, I can also go through the rest of my pads here. Press sound 1, I want that to cut off sound 2 and sound 3. If I press sound 3, I want that to cut off sound 2 and sound 57. So now, once I've done that with all the sounds that I want cut, there should be no overlap. So right, so now we got that part down. So once you're ready to do your sequence, you're going to want to make sure you set your tempo. Mine happens to be 88. And you're going to want to make sure you set your bars. I'm going to make mine 8. And then you're going to hit record and do your chops. The next part is laying a bass line down and finding what key your sample is in so that you can get the right bass line, and that comes with just playing around with pretty much every key. You have 12 options, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's got to be one of them. Just messing around. Nope. This one's sounding good. So one of the last parts is I'll try to add some keys of some sort, any sound from the keyboard. I have a Roland Phantom G6, any keyboard works. It doesn't always work with adding sounds from the keyboard onto a sample. Every now and then, you try to put it where it fits. I found a spot here at the last bar that I'm going to throw in. There it goes. And there you have it. Thanks for watching.